As soon as I had that conversation with Jessie, I went straight up to Will and I said, look, she's acting here.
I've had like everyone being like, you owe Ron an apology.
I never wanted to drag someone along, and I felt like I did a bit.
Hi guys, it's Jodie here from ODE, and Winter Love Island might be over, but that doesn't mean our interviews are, because today I've pulled two bombshells for a chat. It's Casey and Rosie. You're back in the UK. How are you feeling?
It's crazy, like it's so weird being back, seeing everyone. And yeah, I feel like because we had the week when we came out to kind of like chill, it was quite nice because we could like unwind and
Yeah,
now back
it's
to
pretty,
reality.
yeah, it's pretty overwhelming being back in the UK. So much to catch up on, so much to do. Literally opened my phone and had like 10,000 plus WhatsApps. Like it's crazy.
And Kai and Sanam, obviously they are our 2023 winners. What do you think of that?
I'm really happy for them. I think it's very well deserved. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I'm buzzing for them. Like, you come out of the villa and you get a completely different perception of what they're like in there compared to like how the public view them. So when we're in there, they always spend time together, like keep themselves to themselves and come across not as maybe entertaining as the other guys in there, but then you step outside and watch the program and hear what people have to say, and like they are so cute together, and you actually get to see their conversations on TV, and it's so cute, it's so nice. So yeah, very deserved winners.
Well, let's talk about your Aftersun interview, because you're literally out of the frying pan, right into the fire. What was that like? Because obviously that clip was played of you talking about Jessie. Will and Jessie were there. It was so awkward. Like, well, how was that in the moment?
I know, yeah. I mean, I didn't get any notice or anything that was going to get shown. So I feel like I got thrown under the bus a bit there. And
Big time.
yeah, I was speaking to the other islanders and stuff. And live in that, but they haven't thrown anyone under the bus but me, so I was a bit like, thanks Love Island, thanks Aftersun. But look, it's sweet, it's fine. I literally had a chat with Will and Jessie after, and they literally said to me, they were like, are people finding it that deep? Is it really that deep? Because it's not. And I was like, yeah, people are pretty upset about it and stuff, but look, we're fine.
So did you sort it all out with Will and Jessie then?
Yeah, like within seconds it was sorted, and I think people forget that there was about 10 seconds of clips there, and we're talking all day. Like, as soon as I had that conversation with Jessie, I went straight up to Will and I said, look, she's acting here, like this is weird. And he was like, right, okay, I'll have a chat with her. And that's why he went to go chat with her and like call her out on being like, you didn't need to have that chat with Casey. So I told Will pretty much straight away what happened there. So yeah, I think it's fine.
Obviously when you're in the villa, everything is heightened. So how does it feel now that everyone's asking you about you guys dating? Because in the outside world that just wouldn't happen so quick, would it?
Yeah, that's the thing I think I'm struggling with, because you look at the couples in there, they were all together pretty much since the start. So when people ask, oh, how's you and Rosie? Yeah, it's going really well, but we're just not on that stage of a relationship like pretty much all the other couples are now. So you do try and not compare yourself to the other couples in there, but it is difficult.
Yeah, it's really hard not to. I think because like when you're in there, it's so intense as well, and then like when you do everything backwards almost. So coming out, we're in like a weird stage where like we're not in a relationship, but like we've spent however long together, and like you said, like everyone else kind of is at that stage.
Have you had time to like be apart and miss each other yet?
Well, it's only
We've had a day.
Only a day.
Yeah, we've had a day. But no, I'm sure this week we've got like lots of plans to see friends, family, and then we'll probably see each other maybe on the Sunday before the reunion. So that would be nice to have a bit of time apart and then see each other again.
Well, let's talk about your time in there. Casey, Casa Amor, Rosie, you might want to cover your ears for this. You had a really good time in Casa, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Do you know what? I went into Casa knowing Claudia for 2 or 3 days. So in my head, I was like, right, this is a perfect opportunity for me to explore the girls in Casa and see if what I had with Claudia was as special as what I've got with these girls in Casa, and I've got 3 days to do that. So I'm going to give my all in Casa, explore connections, kiss some girls, which I did, and then if anything was as special as it was with Claudia, I would have taken a girl back, but that wasn't the case, and I felt my connection with Claudia was as strong as any of the girls in Casa.
And what happened with Cynthia then? Because obviously at the recoupling she got really upset. So what happened with you two? Did you spend a lot of time in Casa, or?
I feel like obviously on the first day I kissed Anam, so that whole first day I was getting to know her more, and then on the second and third day I would say it probably was more Cynthia, as you know, and we shared a couple of kisses as well.
And a straddle as well.
And the straddle as well. God.
Sorry, Rosie.
Yeah, no, look, you've got to laugh at that. And me and Cynthia had a good laugh about that, and you probably saw a clip of me and Will trying to act out on each other as well. But it was good fun. But yeah, I did have 5 or 6 conversations with Cynthia, but it was nothing more than that. So yeah, I just feel it wasn't as strong as connection as I did have with Claudia. It was tough seeing Cynthia upset. I never wanted to drag someone along, and I felt like I did a bit, and I maybe could have called it off with Cynthia a bit earlier, but I thought to myself, I need to give it more time maybe to see if I do maybe like her more than Claudia. So I gave it right until the end when I had to make a decision, and it was not nice seeing Cynthia upset, but I'm glad I stuck with Claudia.
So you did recouple with Claudia, and things were seemingly going well, but then dun dun dun, this one came in and you said it would take something special to turn your head. So tell me, Casey, what's so special about this beautiful girl next to you?
First off, like, initial attraction was like crazy. I was so attracted to Rosie, and then I wanted to give it time to see if that personality matched the initial attraction. And the more time I spent with Rosie, I was like, oh God, it is that something special, and my head was turning more and more until I had to finally make that decision. I think making the decision I had to make was super difficult because she was such a big personality in there. Everyone loved us together, and for me to pick Rosie, it just completely changed the dynamic of the villa, and made a bit of a divide because I was hanging out with Tom and Sammy and Claudia like so much. We had like a little group, and it was so sick, but I just had to go with my heart in the end. And what I didn't want to do is drag it on, and I knew being with Claudia it was going to be more comfortable and we would have probably got further and probably got to the final, but I didn't want to do that, and I didn't want to be in a fake relationship, so I had to go with how I was feeling.
So Rosie, how hard was it for you coming in at that point, because everybody was settled? You have to kind of essentially steal someone's man.
Yeah, I mean, coming in late it's not easy, and especially walking into like a girl group. Kind of like, you know, when you join like the year halfway through, like it's like that vibes that everyone's got their friendship groups, couples are all set. So it was challenging, but I am a confident person, so I kind of knew I had to just go in and go for what I wanted. And obviously I was going to have to do it to one of the girls, so I knew that going in because nobody was really single. So.
And controversially then, you knew probably that Casey was the least settled, so is that why you chose him?
No, not at all. No, I mean, he's definitely my type. So, I mean, there's other boys in there that I would say like are my type as well, but they don't kind of have what I look for in somebody. So it wasn't really, a question, to be honest, of who I wanted to couple up with. And
were you glad when you guys kind of then decided that you were going to make a go of it? Because it must have been awkward for you as well, because everyone, like I say, loved Claudia so much, and you're coming into that environment.
It was really awkward at the beginning. I mean, Claudia like handled the situation really well in terms of like me and her. Like, we actually got on really well. Like, she's a great girl. Obviously, you've met her. And yeah, she's really, really nice, and we can kind of like put that aside and have a friendship separately, and we did get on really well, but obviously as a dynamic of the group, that's what was kind of awkward, because everyone else was aware of what was going on, and I didn't want to like, and same for you, didn't want to like kind of do anything in front of her, or so it was hard. But obviously the villa's not huge, and you can't really avoid people, so yeah.
Well, let's talk about that beach club argument, because things got a bit heated. How was that?
Yeah, unexpected, to be honest, because the night before, me and Claudia squashed everything, and we said, look, it's a difficult situation to be in, but let's get on. It's going to be tough to see you cracking on with Rosie, but you've got to do what you've got to do. And I said, that's really grown up, but you really respect you saying that. And I feel like throughout the whole process of Rosie coming in, I did really try and be respectful. So for Claudia then to turn around the next day and sort of have a bit of a go at me was tough. And I felt like she was just letting a lot of emotions off her chest maybe, which look, I completely understand and I get, but I felt like whatever I did, I was always going to do something wrong. No matter if I told Claudia, it would have been shoving in her face. If I didn't tell her, she would have had a go at me like she did. So I felt like it was a lose-lose situation for me.
Yeah, it's a bit of an awkward position, that one, isn't it? Let's talk about another big moment, and that was the whole Ron and Lana situation, that conversation. Have you watched it back? What's your thoughts?
I haven't seen it back yet.
I haven't seen it back either, but from my DMs, I know how it's been portrayed.
Right, okay.
So yeah, it's a bit of a sticky situation. I mean, if people are going to judge off only half of a conversation, then, you know.
So was there more to that conversation that we necessarily didn't see then?
Yeah,
Okay.
so Ron was actually in the kitchen initially when I was speaking to Lana. So he did hear the whole of the conversation. And then, you know, when he sat down, we had another conversation. And I think I don't think there was any bad intentions at all, but he is a sweet talker, and I think he kind of realised what he said and reworded it, but kind of what I took and what I said to Casey was what was said, but I think what was shown was how it was kind of like reworded. I've had like everyone being like, I want an apology. I'm like, we're literally cool. Like, I spoke to him, it was fine. I think the whole thing was blown out of proportion as well, with everyone suddenly getting involved in the villa. You know what it's like in there, like not much goes on, but so much goes on.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's all fine. Like we've all spoken, and like everyone was saying you've got like a problem with Ron and you don't at all.
No.
So it's just been like made into an issue.
Right, okay then. So what's next for you two? I've heard you're moving in with the Three Musketeers, is that true?
Yeah, well, we were talking and joking about it in the villa. We'll just have to wait and see. I reckon Jessie might beat me too there with Will, to be honest. Especially because Jessie's coming over from Australia, so she'll probably need someone or want to live with someone, and I'm sure Will would jump at that opportunity. And then maybe, who knows, if Tom can find a club down in London, because there's no way I'm living up in Barnsley.
That was one thing that I will say that Claudia said, and I think you said yourself, that maybe spending too much time with the boys.
He does love the boys, like loves.
Everyone was just saying I was on a lad's holiday. And look, I feel like I'm very much a boy's boy. I love spending time with my boys, but then I love spending time with someone I'm getting to know, and that's the reason for going into the villa. And I feel like I try and get that balance right. Maybe I don't at times, and maybe I get carried away with spending a bit too much time with them, but I don't mean it.
Yeah.
And I like that, you shouldn't take it to heart, but that's just the sort of person I am. But yeah.
Social butterfly.
Yeah.
Well guys, I wish you all the best, and I'm looking forward to the updates of when you finally have that Sunday roast.
Yeah, we need the Sunday roast, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. It's been great to chat to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.